say 60% of the women do not have these degrees, but you keep focusing on the 40%. That's something that, why do you keep why are you focusing so much on the 40% if there's 60% don't have the degrees? 60% of the women, you're saying, okay, I don't want that because they have attitudes or whatever, but you keep focusing on them. Why is that the situation? And not all women who are not degreed are hood rats. Like, some of them are decent women.
Shan, they're malcontents. They hate single moms. They hate boss babes. They hate women who are masculine. They just hate women. That's my answer.
Come on, bro. We can't do that.
No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Say what
I'm
we're
serious.
doing
Listen, AP.
I'm not saying all black men. I'm saying these guys in these podcasts.
I agree, but and I don't think that that's the truth. Let's just be real. I don't think that men hate women, but I do believe that it comes off that way. Okay, if you're telling me of a campus full of women where there's 7-1, and you're saying that they all have an attitude, all of them had, like, that's crazy talk to me. Like, because all of them don't even think the same way. They don't move the same way, right? And then even then, you have another choice. Don't go on a campus. Go to people who didn't choose that route. You understand?
No. See, and again, I fully understand. My thought process on it is we can't discount their experiences like that. Like, and you know, I'm not going to take a direct shot at you, Mr. Tiger, but the way you frame that, and I'll get back to you in just a minute, Shan. The way you frame that, it was discounting some of their experiences, and we just simply can't do that.
So I don't think that's no. I'm accepting their experience.
No, I wanted to answer that directly with Mr. Tiger. Now, when it comes to the college educated woman versus the non-college educated woman, I think that they speak in generalizations, and I don't think that they're saying necessarily that all of them are this way or that way. They're just speaking in generalizations from their experience. And sometimes I'd argue, this is not my experience, but I'd argue that their type, and I think they need to get out more. That's my personal take. Their type is either this way when it comes to the non-educated, or this way when it comes to the educated. And I think that's kind of what they speak on. And I know HD.
Say this way. Can you elaborate on what you're trying to say? I don't understand.
Sure. So with what they're attracted to, the non-educated are hood rats. Well, no, and that's what I'm saying is their experience can't be negated, because what they're saying is, look, I'm attracted to this one, not that one. And I think last night, and I didn't see last night, so I saw it today. I ended up seeing it. Bruiser had a great, like, kind of representation of this list of women. Mm-hmm. They classified a woman that had 3 kids by 2 men, but out of relationships. She looks like a dyke, right? Or whatever. I don't know the proper correct term, guys. So I'm just saying, like, she looked like she liked women.
A stud.
I thought she looked like a regular woman that worked a corporate job, and like that's what she looked like to me. I wouldn't have called her a stud. I wouldn't have called her a lesbian. I wouldn't have called her anything. Yeah, she looked like a woman that's lived a little bit.
You know? She was like a plain Jane.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she had 2 divorces and a couple kids that were grown. And they're like, no, I'm not. They're saying, oh no, I'm not dealing with her because of again, this is them reflecting through their experience. This is how I'm tying it back to the podcast. I'm not going to get with her because, in my experience, that type of woman doesn't even respect a man. She probably wants another woman anyway. So we can't negate what they're seeing and what they're experiencing, which is why you got to broaden your pool. Nobody and get out of looking at, oh man, I want her because she's whatever, this type of attractive to me, even though she doesn't have a degree and she came with an attitude. But you found her at the damn local park. Yeah, she probably a hood rat, bro. Like you got to take accountability for what you pick.
So
That's
I think
that's my biggest thing. And again, I'm not on the market, so I'm trying to look at it from their point of view, from what they find attractive. And sometimes you just gotta change the scenery.
you know what? I think that people. I don't think you have to change the scenery. I think people are around people that they are
That's
around,
another good
right?
point.
I think that people have looked to the
Proximity.
internet and they try to aim for people on the internet who are not necessarily in their community, and they're getting shot down. And so now it's you're being mad
Proximity.
because of the shot that just you're not you whatever it's called. But anyway,
Yeah, and I know HD wanted to chime
you're
in, and
not
I
making
and
the
I
shot.
monopolized
But
it.
but again, I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong. They absolutely can have these experiences with these young ladies. I let's just say every single one of them are boss like, they have an attitude. But again, go to the 60%. Not all of them are hood rats. Not
Yeah,
all of
but
them are. Some of
but
them
that's
are good people. They're raised, you know,
but that's their experience with that other 60% though. Like that's what I'm saying. Their experience with that 60% that we're saying that they're not going to. They've experienced those women, and they're like, oh shit, I don't want to fucking deal with this, and I don't want to deal with that. So I'm not like they're true. They're most of this is through their real life experience. Most of it.
What is it?
And that's why I say you have to
so
change something if you want something to change.
It
So
sounds
you
like
want more people to act like the opposite. Is that what we're saying? Because if he says he didn't stop going to school, we got to stop people from going to school then.
I can't answer that part. That's on the individual male.
Well,
And it
first
was
and
only one
foremost,
person. It wasn't everybody, but go ahead.
first and foremost, we got to give a round of applause for Miss Taylor. You know, she let the whole entire speech go out, didn't say a word because she's a pretty educated woman. She's been doing. She didn't say a word. She was like, "We'll let bygones
Who
be bygones."
mistaken?
So I gotta what I'm saying. You do
I'm
the little
waiting
tap
my
tap.
turn.
You know what I'm saying?
She got a
So
mouthful. Trust and believe.
I know it's coming, but I also agree with AP on this standpoint. When we're listening to the opposite sex, men and women alike,
Mhm.
we aren't hearing each other in a way that actually makes the conversation positive because of our personal experience.
Mhm.
I always say that, you can't get rid of bias, you can only mitigate it. So even if you have a valid point, the opposite side, based upon their experience and bias, will do the best that they can to negate that opposite experience.
Because it's not their
Because
reality.
even though we can take everybody's experiences and actually make it one big experience, we don't do that. We take these people's experiences that we agree with and we align with those people. And then the people we don't agree with, we're like, all right, we're going to do whatever we can to make sure that this doesn't sound something feasible so that I can take this and somebody else can run with it. So when I listen to these conversations, the interesting thing is, even when you look at Tracy Ellis Ross versus Shannon, they both kind of deal with the same demographic. Somebody is much younger than them who have way less to lose, right? And the thing that a lot of men are arguing about as far as Tracy, she meets the physical component, but she doesn't meet the ability to want to follow. She has no desire to be under no traditional regime whatsoever.
But
And
look who she
then
her
but I'm saying if you're saying that you have a marketplace, right? That means something is for sale. Women are for sale, are for sale. If the women are saying that the men are offering something that they want to buy or be a part of, they will not do it. Vice versa. Men are saying, hey, there's a product on the market that I want. This is what I want on the market because I am a consumer. Men are consumers, just like women are consumers. So if you just put it in terms like this, a lot of times men will see women because just like women, guys have a physical component that you need to beat first before he wants to find more about you, right? So when I see you, I get one thing, right? Then when I start talking to you, I'm hearing things that might make me have cause for pause. So then as you continue to just walk down this information, you're just like, hey, listen, this you seem very similar to another woman that I've either seen or that I've experienced, and I would rather disappear from you.